We're also getting some more information that's coming in right now. Let's quickly shift our focus for now. Ahead of the election, the United Nations notes concerns raised by women's groups and civil society organizations on violence and harassment of women candidates and voters, including digital violence. Women in public life, including political leaders, activists, journalists, and human rights defenders, are reporting increased incidents of cyberbullying, deep fakes, coordinated harassment, and image-based abuse, including AI-altered and sexualized content. So this is something that's coming to light as well, as we were discussing the reports of violence and ballot stuffing emerging ahead of the elections. Now, the United Nations had earlier also raised concerns raised by women's groups, and this is another concern that has come to the fore right now. Women's groups and civil society organizations are talking about the violence and harassment of women candidates and voters, including digital violence. For more on this, we have Siddhant Mishra with us. Siddhant, of course, these reports of digital violence against women, which is now coming to light as polling gets underway in Bangladesh. What can you tell us?
Well, that's right, Aim. Ahead of national elections in Bangladesh, the United Nations on Wednesday said it notes concerns raised by women's groups and civil society organizations on violence and harassment of women candidates and voters, including the digital violence. The UN called on all stakeholders, including political leaders and their parties and supporters, to adopt a zero-tolerance approach to intimidation, harassment, and any other form of violence against women throughout the electoral process. Now, this also applies equally to women candidates and voters. As Bangladesh prepares for the 13th national election, United Nations underscored that safe, inclusive, and meaningful participation in public life is the fundamental right of the people of Bangladesh. So a very strong word coming from the United Nations when it comes to the security of women voters and women candidates participating in these elections.
Right, Siddhant. Of course, we're also seeing how AI is being weaponized here to create deepfake, sexualized content. Of course, women here are being objectified by way of weaponizing AI and deepfakes.
Well, that's right, Him. In fact, this has been the concern not only in Bangladesh but worldwide during the election campaign, during the heat of the campaigns. Perhaps the fake morphed videos get circulated by one or the other camps, to tarnish a candidate's reputation, image, etc., etc. In fact, explicit content, not in good taste also do get circulated. Perhaps that has always been the concern, not only in Bangladesh but worldwide. And ahead of the polls, a very strong remark, a very strong statement is coming from United Nations, where United Nations is raising concern about the safety of not only the women candidate participating in these elections, but also the women voters.
All right, Siddhant. Well, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on this. We'll, of course, continue to keep a track on all the information which comes in through the course of the day.